Hi friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Sigrid and I make videos about books because I love them. Today I'm going to be doing a birthday haul. My birthday was June 16th and I got a lot of amazing books from my friends, and I'm super excited to show you guys. I was not expecting anything. I'm not someone who normally celebrates her birthday. This year I met some really incredible people in the book community and we became really close, and now we're kind of like best friends, and they wanted me to create a wish list of like all the books that I wanted, and I feel really spoiled with what they sent. And then I also got myself some things as well. So yeah, so this video is going to be show you guys everything that I got. Let's get started and see what I got. And also, I forgot one of my friends. She is not a book person, but she did pick up 2 books that I had on my wish list. So I'm going to start like this. I'm going to show you guys the books that I got for my friends, and then I'm going to show you guys the stuff that I got, because my birthday was around the time where Amazon had another buy 2 get 1 free sale, and I definitely took advantage. So anything that wasn't purchased on my wish list, I just got them from the sale. Okay, so let's just get started because it's a ton of books. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. So first up, we have Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. I've always wanted to read this, and one of my friends said that it's a really good book, and it's kind of like an inside joke because my friend made a mistake and said Annie Frank, and so the person who got me this, she kind of made a joke with it on the gift note, and it made me laugh, and so I really love that. Next up, I got a Colleen Hoover book. I love Colleen Hoover, and so this one is Too Late by Colleen Hoover. How many times can I say Colleen Hoover? But anyways, so I'm thinking that this one might be kind of like thriller-esque, similar to her book Verity, and I really love that, so I'm excited to have this. Next up, I also got a book off from one of my favorite authors, Danielle Allen. This is like black romance, and I am super excited about it. It's called Plot Twist. It looks so beautiful. Look at that cover. I love it so much. Thank you. I will be saying thank you the whole time. Then I got By the Book by Jasmine Guillory. I really wanted this book so bad, and I got it. It's so pretty. I love the cover. Like, I'm just fangirling over all of these covers. Like, wow. Next up, we have The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School. I love the cover of this, like that yellow, like just everything about this just screams, I'm gonna love this book. And so yeah, love this. I know this is like YA, and I think it's sapphic as well. And then I got the book that I feel like I wanted the most, and this is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Kweke Amezi. I've heard nothing but great things about this book. Me and my friend is going to be reading this together, and I can't wait. It looks like it's going to be like a quick read, but I've heard so many good things about it. Next up, I got another Colleen Hoover book. This one was bought by my friend Eva, who recently read this book. She really loved it, and so when I put it on my list because she read it and she raved about it, and so she got me this. But this is Heart Bones, and I've heard really good things about it. But if you guys see the cover, this is like skulls. I don't know if you guys can, okay, skulls. Okay, next up we got Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I was expecting the yellow cover, but honestly, I think I might love this one a little bit more because of like the little like random things here. Like, I fully love this. This is like one of those TikTok books that like you just keep seeing and you want to read them. So I have read books by Christina Lauren before, and I know that I do love their work, so I'm excited to read this. And it's just, oh, it's a floppy one. I'm just happy. Next up, we have The Holloway Girls by Susan Bishop Crisbell. I feel like this one is a YA thriller, and I've wanted this a really long time, so this one has been on my wish list for a really long time, and so I'm happy that I finally have it. Okay, next up, we have another book that I was super excited to get, and this is Delilah Green Doesn't Care. This is by Ashley Herring Blake. I love this cover, and I actually have heard some good stuff about this as well, so I'm excited. Okay, so that was all of the gifts that I've gotten. The next like the next few books are going to be the books that I got for myself. So we're gonna start with the thick books and the expensive ones. Okay, so this one is something that I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one or not. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys know. I will be going to a book convention next month. I will have a separate video talking about it, but it's a Polycon. It's a romance book convention. This author is going to be there, and I wanted to get a book from her from Amazon to have her sign. And I thought this was going to be a book series, like multiple books in like a box set. And then when I got it, it was this ginormous book. And so this was like $40 something. I don't know if I want to keep this. This was really expensive for a book, and it's like, I understand that it's the complete series, but I don't know if I want to keep this one or not. But I'm going to show you guys anyways because I did buy it for my birthday. And this is the Air Awakens series by Elise Kova. Super excited to read it. I might just go back. Oh gosh, look at that. It's so pretty. Like each chapter has this decoration. I might keep it. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. So we're going to move on. Next up, we have another completed series. This one was also quite pricey as well. I think it was like $31. This was not on sale, by the way, but the other one was. This is books 1 through 5 in this series. It's the Mine F series by St. Abbey. I actually got this because I watched Katie Colson do a reading vlog of this, and she started off not liking this, and then after a while she was like, okay, I see what you guys are talking about, and so that made me get it. So I'm excited. I think this is romance. Actually, I was told that it's like more intense, like a thriller kind of thing than romance. So I will have to see. Okay, next up, I also got Middle Game by Sheena McGuire. I have wanted this one for a really long time, and I felt like it was on my list, and I was watching to make sure that it was part of the sale, and I just saw that it was part of this Amazon sale, so I was like, I have to get it because I want this so bad. But it's like middle grade, but it's like fantasy as well, and I love Sheena McGuire's work, and so I just know I'm gonna love this. Next up, we have a romance, indie romance book that is super popular on YouTube. This is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I think it's actually popular on BookTube as well, but this cover, it just makes me happy to see it. I don't know. It's so pretty. Like, wow. Okay, so the next romance book I got was Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. This one was kind of a book that I kind of threw onto in my cart to like get one for free, if that makes sense. Like I had 2 books already I knew I wanted, and then I was like, I have to find another book, and then this one was there, and I read the summary of it, and I'm like, oh cool, this seems really, really cool. So let me just read this. And also, it's blurred by Jessie Q. Sutanto, and she wrote Dal A for Aunties and Ali Hazelwood. Like, I like books like that, so I'm like, this is gonna be pretty dope. So hopefully I like this one. Okay, I saw this, and here's the thing. One of my favorite tropes is hate to love. I love hate to love because I'm just like, the feelings that is involved in hate to love is just so intense. You have to really, it has to be really intense to hate someone, and it also have to be really intense to love someone. And I honestly think that it's quicker to switch from one side to other than if you feel like you're indifferent. Like if you're just like, oh, I don't really care about this person. Like I feel like the feelings is not there, but if you're just like, I hate this person, and then like you're just like, they kind of cute though, like I don't know, it feels wrong. But I saw this cover on Amazon, and I'm like, this is giving me hate to love. Like, is it not? Is it not giving hate to love? Like, I really don't like you. Like, and then like seeing the cover, I was like, there's going to be banter in this book. Like, I was like, I know it's going to be banter. I have to get it. And I read the back of the book, and I'm like, this is exactly what I was expecting. There's probably going to be banter, but it's definitely hate to love. So it follows this woman named Camila, and she works at her family's Puerto Rican restaurant. She wants them to kind of like make some alterations with the restaurant and enter into this like competition. But her uncle said that the only way that they would like take her suggestions is if she were to marry his best friend's grandson, who she hates. And I'm just like, this is hate to love. This is hate to love. Okay, so I was excited. Okay, next up, I got this book. Okay, so this is Group Therapy by Baby Easton. I'm not sure if they're going to be at a Polycon or not, but I saw this. It just looks, it looks like a thriller. It reminds me of Final Girl support group because of the chair. I don't know why, but it just reminds me of it. And I do understand that this is going to be a romance, but it gave me that vibe with the cover, and so I had it on my wish list. This is a psychologist romance. She's a psychologist and she ends up meeting a love interest in group therapy, and I'm just like, that's kind of cute. It provides like this like want and this can't be, but like they're in love with each other, so I'm like, this is gonna be interesting. I feel like I'm gonna like this book. So next up, I got this because I love the cover and I love the fact that there is a fuller figured protagonist here, and I'm here for it. I love the representation. And okay, so this one is by Amy Lee and it's called Set on You, and it says he makes her heart race, and it follows a curvy fitness influencer. Say no more. It was automatic, add to cart. Okay, so next up we have Written by Catherine Moon. This one has been on my wish list for a really, really long time. I saw a YouTuber do a video on books with female, like, reverse harem books. If you guys don't know what reverse harem is, it's kind of like, you know, when there's like multiple love interests and they're okay with sharing, you know, the main character, I guess, and like reversing it. Normally it's a man, so reversing it, it's a woman. So here we have reverse harem, I think. So this call is written, this is book 1 of the Librarian's Coven. It's by Catherine Moon. Catherine Moon also wrote another book. Oh, here it is. Catherine Moon also wrote The Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. I'm thinking I could probably just read both of them and do a vlog for you guys and see if I actually like this author. I don't know yet, but let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Okay, next up we have another book that I really... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop saying another book that I really want. All of these were on my wish list, so of course I really, really wanted all of these. Okay, so this one is by Lauren Kate, and it's by Any Other Name. This is like a really quick read. Like, look at that. It is so cute. But when I read the synopsis of this, it gave me Book Lovers by Emily Henry vibes. And I was like, I loved that book. I gave it 5 stars. I actually think I liked that one a little bit better than... What was the book that I read by Emily Henry that I liked the first time? It wasn't The People We Meet on... Oh, Beach Read. No, was it Beach Read? Beach Read? Yes. Yes, I think I love Book Lovers even better than Beach Read, and I gave that 5 stars. So when I read this, it's about an editor who has to kind of work with this author, and of course they're going to fall in love. Like, it's a romance book, but it just gave me Book Lovers vibes, and I was like, I have to, oops. And I was like, I have to get it. Like, it's going to be good. I can't wait. Next up, we have I Kiss Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. I read One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, and I loved it. Another 5-star read. It was so good. And so when I saw this one, this one was like on my pre-order list. And so I was like, I really, really want it. The cover is gorgeous. Like, look at that. Green, pink. It's beautiful. So I hope I like it. Next up, we have Melt With You by Jennifer Duggan. I actually think I discovered this because of Amazon. Like, when I was like putting all my stuff on my wish list, they were like, you might like this book too. And then I looked at it because I'm like, is that an ice cream truck? Like, is that an ice cream truck? And yes, it is. So I actually know what this one is about. I remember. So it's about 2 best friends, 2 girl best friends, and they used to date, and then something went wrong and they kind of like separated from each other. But for this summer, they're going to be working in this ice cream truck, and they have to learn how to work together. So it's going to be cute. It's going to be sapphic. It's going to be everything, and I really want to read it. Okay, so next up, I got the next 2 books in the Crave series that I did not have. So I have Court by Tracy Wolff, and I have Covet. These were also part of the sale, and so I was like, if I'm gonna get these books that they seem to be making so many of them, I might as well get them while they're part of a sale. Okay, next up we have The Paid Bridesmaid by Sarah Wilson. The author Sarah Wilson, she also wrote the book Room Maid. I'm not really sure if I have that one yet, but I just saw this one and it sounded really good. The Paid Bridesmaid, so she's like a bridesmaid for hire. And I'm like, I love that. Like, I don't know. I just like things that are different protagonists and things like that. So let's give it a try. Why not? Okay, so next up we have Bookish and the Beast, and this is by Ashley Poston. So I got this because when I visited my friend's house, I saw this beautiful cover on her bookshelf, and I was like, I have to get this book. So I made a mental note to add it to my list of things to get, and It was on part of the sale, and so I was like, I finally can get it. So it is really, really beautiful. Next up, we have If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I have heard, this is like another one of those book talk famous books, and so I'm excited to read this one as well. I think it might be fantasy, but it could also be like thriller. I think it's thriller because I see there's a detective in it, so it's a thriller. Okay, so next up we have this book. Now this one was kind of a splurge for me. It was part of the sale, but it was like newly added to my wish list, so I could have done without it, but since it was part of the sale, I was like, I should get it. But this one is Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata, and I've heard good things about this book. I've heard people say that it's really, really good. It's short and it has really thick font, so I feel like I probably can read this in like a few hours, like a couple of hours maybe. So I'm excited. It seems really interesting. So, and I'm trying my best to get into more translated fiction, and I think this was translated. Yeah. Okay, another thing that I got, this one is kind of like a journal-like thing, but this one is called Burn After Writing. It was really inexpensive. It was like $6, and it gives you like little prompts for you to write your thoughts in. So like this one, it says, my greatest heartbreak, the last time I said I love you, people I miss, people I wish I never met. And then I guess like underneath it, you can just write it. And once you've have finished everything, then you can burn it. So it's like a therapeutic kind of thing. I don't think I would burn it. I think I would just look back at my answers to see if I've changed as a person throughout the years, which I would hope so. But yes. So next up, I want to talk about the BIPOC books that I got. So just starting off, I want to talk about the Danielle Allen books that I got. You guys know I just said that she is one of my favorite authors. I really love Black romance, and I really love to experience that, and I'm just really, really happy. So the first book I got is The One, and this cover is just gorgeous. It is amazing. Like, I love her hair, I love her back, I love the stance, I love the pink writing. It's like everything is just perfect in this book, and I can't wait to read it. It just, yes. Another book that I got, you guys, this cover. Okay, wait. This cover, okay, I love it. I love it. I just need a red dress. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can put on something that's like red or orange and remake this cover, because it's gorgeous and my hair is very similar right now. Next up, we have Continuing. I have heard really good things about this one. I think this one is one of her most popular works, and I'm so disappointed because Danielle Allen was supposed to be at ApolloCon, but I think she something came up and she had to cancel, because I was writing her on Instagram. I was like, I'm so excited to get all of my books signed by you at ApolloCon, and she was like, I'm not going, but I wish I could meet you. So I'm just gonna wait until she's doing something else in DC, and then I will go and meet her and sign. So hopefully she can come to the next one. Okay, and then I have Business Casual. This is a boss employee trope. So first of all, I just want to remake these covers. Like, I really want to remake these covers. I can definitely do this eye look. I can do the lip. Like, what? Come on. I'm in love. How do you do this? And then finally we have Cuffing Season. Girl. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna redo this one, but you know, it's just, I'm excited. I really do love the author, and I love her work. I love the covers. Just phenomenal. And the books are only $15, and you're supporting an indie Black author. Like, I fully support it. I definitely would say go and try out. Okay, so next up we have a YA fantasy. This is book 2 in the Gilded Ones series. I read the Gilded Ones, I think last year, and I really, really loved it. This one is called The Merciless Ones, and this cover, I'm a cover girl, okay? I love covers. Like, I love that so much. It's so good. I don't have a sword, so I had to do my hands, so I don't know. Next up, we have Devon and Chris Plans a Wedding, and it's so cute. Look how cute that is. I love that. Next up, we have Digging Up Love by Chandra Bloomberg. I think I actually had this one on my pre-order list as well, and then I was like, you know, it is coming out so close to my birthday that I would just kind of wait to see if someone got it for me, but I knew I was going to get it regardless. This one is Digging Up Love, and I think it follows a paleontologist, which I have never seen in a romance setting, so I'm excited. I'm super excited, so love that. That's a dinosaur expert, kind of like Ross from Friends. So next up we have Getting His Game Back by Gia D. Cardenet, and number one, I love this cover, and number two, this was also on my pre-order list, so I'm excited for this one. Okay, so I saved the best for last. Let's get into my favorite genre ever, thrillers. Okay, so first up we have another book that was on my pre-order list. This one is Murder for the Modern Girl by Kendall Culper, and it's just amazing. It is so, so pretty. So, reading the synopsis, I see that it takes place in the 1920s, and it pretty much follows a girl, I think her name is Ruby. And she searches for men to like literally murder. And so, and then there is a random guy that works at a morgue. And so when I read that synopsis, I'm like, this is giving me Stalking Jack the Ripper vibes. Like, is it not? Like, I know there was like a girl who worked at the morgue, and then there was like this random serial killer. So it's giving me a gender bent Jack the Ripper. And so if that is the case, then I can't wait to read this. I know it's based in the 1920s, and you guys know I don't do historical fiction, but if it's a thriller, that's fine. Okay, next up, we have another book that I'm so excited about. This is Very Bad People by Kid Frick. So Kid Frick wrote I Killed Zoe Spanos, which, phenomenal book. Gave it 5 stars. It's a YA thriller about a girl who, I think she was missing, and then it's a girl that went missing, and then the main character goes into this town where the girl was missing, and she looks exactly like the girl. Like, they look alike, and so a lot of people was mentioning the missing girl, and she's like trying to figure out what happened and solve the mystery. It gave me a Good Girl's Guide to Murder vibe, but it also gave me the Night Swim vibe, and so I'm expecting this one to be really good too. So if you like any of those books, I would try the other ones that I just mentioned, because they're very similar, and I feel like if you like one, you would love the other. So Very Bad People, I'm excited. I can't wait to get into this. Next up, we have another book that I got because of Katie Colson here on YouTube. This is Notes on an Execution by Danya Kukafka, and I'm excited. I think she gave this 5 stars, and she reread it twice in the vlog that I saw, so I love it. And they have deckled edges, by the way. That's pretty cool. Okay, the next book that I got is The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharp. Wow. So on the back it says, perfect daughters commit perfect crimes. Yes. Oh, she's the daughter of a con artist. Come on. I love a morally gray character. I love a character that's not perfect and like a goody two shoes. I love one who's, honestly, I love evil characters. I love evil characters, morally gray characters. Like, I always root for the bad guys. Villains always have the best superpowers. They always have the best costumes to me. I'm always going to be on the side of the villains when it's a fictional world. So to have a main character who is literally like the spawn of a con artist, like, come on, we know she's going to be, like, she's going to know all the tricks. Like, I'm excited. Okay, next up we have The Counselors by Jessica Goodman. I got this strictly because of the cover, because it gave me like 1980s summer camp slasher film, and I was like, this is gonna be great. I can't wait to read this. Like, yeah, I think all of these were part of the Amazon sale. Next up, we have The Agathas by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. This is also a book that I got because one of my friends was reading it. She raved about it, and she was like, you have to get it. It's so good. And so I got this, and I'm excited. Like, look at the cover. This is YA, definitely, but I'm excited. Next up, we have The Night Shift by Alex Finley. This is the author of Every Last Fear. I don't think I read that, but I do think I have that book. So I think this takes place in 1999, and it follows like these teenagers who's working at this like ice cream store, and I think they're working like the night shift or whatever, and so pretty much everyone except for one person is like massacred in that store, and I think it follows like the remaining survivor. And so that kind of sounds really interesting, and I can't wait to read it. It seems like it's like kind of short as well, so yes. Okay, next up we have Blood Sugar by Shaska Rothschild. The cover was giving, and then I was watching a Katie Coulson video. Like, I know my whole life everything is just revolves around Katie, but I was watching her video and she was talking about this book, and people were saying, I read the comments and someone said that there is diabetes representation here, and so I was like, I have to get it. I have to get it. Like, you know, I don't really see a lot of characters who have diabetes, and so I definitely want to get that representation. Diabetes is definitely something that is super important in my family. My biological father died from it, so I'm definitely someone who is at risk for having it at some point, and so I definitely want to get that representation from this book. So okay, so next up we have The Island by Adrian McKenty. Adrian also wrote another book that I really loved, a thriller called The Chain. One of my favorite thrillers of all times. I recommend the audiobook. It was so fantastic. That book was about this mom randomly get a phone call to say that their child has been kidnapped, and in order to get them back, she has to go and kidnap someone else's child, and it just creates a chain, a cycle of chains. And so this book is, that book was pretty much about like them figuring out who was behind it and how to stop them. It was fantastic. It was so good. I recommend it. Please go and get that book. So this one is by the same author, and I think, so this one follows a family who goes to this island. I think most of them escape, except for the father. The people who are there, the locals, they don't like outsiders, and so I think they try to attack the family, and so the only person left behind is the father. And so now it's not their mom, it's like the person that the father is dating is left with two of the children, and it's like they're like, I don't really like you, but now she's responsible for them, and she has to go back and find the husband, well, the guy, the dad. I don't know if they're married. But yeah, it's gonna be really intense. It's gonna be a lot, and I'm excited. So yeah. Finally, our last book in this haul, we have The Younger Wife by Sally Hepworth. This is the author who wrote The Good Sister. That was a book that I really enjoyed it. However, I feel like that book was more of a romance than a thriller. It was a little bit of thriller, but like I feel like a big chunk of it was about the relationship between the main character and this guy that she met. And so I feel like there was some thriller, but it just wasn't a thriller, but it was marketed as a thriller. And I was like, if you don't like romance, you're not gonna love that book. So, but I really enjoyed it. Honestly, it's a 5-star read for me, but I felt like I had to like rate it the way that I did because I feel like people would be kind of misled if I say, oh, it's a great thriller and it's mostly romance. I'm also a romance lover. So that's why I'm like, I have to like make sure people know. Okay, so this one is The Younger Wife, and I'm excited about it. I feel like I loved the first book that she did, so I'm gonna probably enjoy this one as well. Hopefully it's thriller, but if not, I will be fine. But like, this might be just an author, if you don't like romance, you might want to stay away. But we shall see when I read this. I will let you guys know. I always update my Goodreads, so anytime I read any of these, they pretty much, it's uploaded on Goodreads pretty much throughout, you know, the reading process. I'm always posting updates, so currently right now I am buddy reading the ACOTAR series with my friends, and I have been like... It's phenomenal. So far, I will let you guys know. And I'm also vlogging it, by the way, so expect that reading vlog to come soon. But yeah, I always upload, and I'm always like updating it, like, oh my god, no he didn't, or I love Reason, which I do, and I hate Tamlin so much. I just don't like him. I think he's boring, and I will never change. Yeah, so that was everything that I got for my birthday. Well, those are all the books that I got for my birthday. I did get a few other things, but I didn't want this to be like super long, and I feel like you guys might only be interested in the books. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye!